and it's how far-reaching it is, we have actually been funding the state key laboratory for semiconductors, too, with funds coming not just from the Department of Energy and the National Science Foundation, also the Navy, the Army, DARPA, and the National Institutes of Health.
So we're in what is called a chip war, right? How can we're talking about the defense of Taiwan. Do we defend it to South China Sea? We're trying to move the plants over here to Arizona as quickly as possible. We realize it's going to be 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. How at the same time can there be a think tank or research area that they basically control to essentially help them, and that we have various institutions of the United States government, particularly ones in national security, that are
Army.
funding? How does this
full
happen?
stop. The Army is funding the tip of the spear of China's semiconductor
is
war.
it subversion, or is it just the system is so globalist? They're such globalists, and they see them as a pure competitor and not as an existential threat. Is that the reason, both in the rare earths and here in the semiconductor, that the rational argument you can make is that people in here, they're like Fauci in the Wuhan lab, the research that NIH was doing, or is it something darker?
Well, I think China views it accurately like a Thucydides trap, a sort of Athens-Sparta-esque replacement power vibe and dynamic, and they see that and they view us as the power that they will replace. I think
But how do we...
the scientists here don't view it like that.
That's what I'm saying. In the decline, Fauci would never live near Wuhan because science was such a high temple. It was bigger than China, than the United States. Is that the problem here with the rare earths? It's just, why are these people continuing to do it? And hey, no offense, Pete Hegseth and Russ Vought, love you guys, but why is this not broomed? Why would you just do an NDAA at $1.2 trillion, and this is not the first thing you rip out of it?
Well, I think it goes back to all the reporting that I've done that we focused on this show. It is elite merger, right? It's the idea of managed decline. But I mean, if they're going after these low-level mayors, they're going all the way up to the top. We obviously saw that with Joe Biden. But I think that the difference, and I think you even sort of see it reflected in the MAGA ethos right now, the Chinese Communist Party understands the inflection point of history and the time we're at. I don't think our leaders have ever really understood that, because...
Hang on, slow down. Give me that again.
The Chinese Communist Party, it's not just the typical critique of that they think in decades, we think in, 4-year terms or whatever.
Right.
They view the arc of history, right? They understand that rare earths, this sort of unrestricted warfare approach, empirically is how they will overtake the United States. They learned from us what happened in the graveyard of empires, Afghanistan, right? They don't want to have to fire a shot.
No, if they have to fight foreign devils, kinetic warfare, they think that's a loss just to begin with, right? They are going to do this either psychological warfare, economic warfare, political warfare, the whole
and they're doing it.
Technology warfare, communications warfare, and so you're saying that is their strategy, and they just view the West as too weak, right, to step up to it. And you got to admit, when you see these types of things we're funding, whether it's Wuhan Lab, whether it's the Rare Earths Research Institute, or here on semiconductors, all three of those are primary major. They look at it as weapons of war, right? We look at it as a way to have a group share with these guys. It's just a total difference in mentality.